Alright, so this is going to be, I'm sure you've seen by the video caption already. This is BeamNG.Drive modding tutorial. So I'll show you A to B, going from the DAEs for either in-game vehicles, or if you want to make your own, maybe you use this to go off of. Today I'm going to be editing a couple beds for the D series and frames. I'm gonna be making a really short D series out of the two-door short bed. I'm going to make it like a two-door very short bed. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright, so here on the desktop, well, not really a desktop, but here we have, if you want to go to your computer, or well, to get the in-game files, you want to go to your Steam, or technically wherever BeamNG.Drive is installed, and find it, open it up. You want to go to content, vehicles, and then you should have all this. If you don't, you need to verify your game files and re-download all this. Since we're doing the pickup today, I'm just going to drag the pickup over here. Then you want to extract it so you can load the DAE into Blender. Alright, now that's done. We can go over here to from Blender. Go ahead and start it up. And then remember where we put that. Import Colada DAE. And go to where you put it. Then for frames, it's going to be under the common, then pickup, not pickup zip. But this would give us all the beds, attachments, such like that. See, just want to delete some of this stuff because it's unneeded for right now. Front clip, stuff like that. Don't need the long beds. We'll go ahead and delete that. I'll just delete everything that I need. Basically, if you don't know Blender, go ahead and do this. Middle mouse is to move your camera, scrolling wheel in and out to zoom in or out. Delete, obviously, deletes objects that you don't need, or H can hide, then Alt H can bring up all hidden items. So, for example, if I hide all that, and I think, well, I need it again, I can just hit Alt H. Sometimes if you see the smoothing, like, we'll go over this in a little bit. Never mind. It's a pretty quick rundown of Blender. I'm going to be going into more in depth here in a second. Just want to get all this deleted. One more quick thing I want to point out. It's called Pickup Bed for the short bed. Should have said that earlier. I just didn't feel like it was necessary. One more thing I want to point out. You can use scroll wheel over here while you're hovering your mouse over stuff. Then once you click something, you can hit Control click. It'll only select those two. Or you can hit Shift, left click, and then it'll select all from that point to that point. So let's up there. Alright, I have everything that I need right here. I have the two-door cab, as well as just a bed cover, just to, just to show you some stuff later on. To take away all this weird shading in Blender, this will also affect in-game. You want to go over here to the green triangle, and then you want to go to geometry data and normals. Auto smooth, then add custom split. normals, or normals data. Probably don't want to do this until you're done, so I'm going to go ahead and undo that. You can hit clear, but it'll stay on the bed sometimes, or whatever you're working on. So just do that for everything. Have here. And some stuff like this, it might look weird when you do it. BeamNG usually straightens a lot of shading stuff out, but sometimes it can be a little weird with it. So if you hit the tilde key, you can get all these cameras. So if you left click and drag your mouse, you can just do that. You can also hit control and get like a rope. I'll only select that certain thing. Say I want this only or something. I don't know. Now I have this. You can hit the arrows, then you can just click in the center and move it around like that, or you can go on various axes. But since we're shortening this bed, we want to stay with the front. So that's where it connects to a cab. We need to use that for a frame. Just want to edit some of this stuff. You know, drag it down, drag it up. Might actually need to delete some of these, what we would call polys. Oh, and Z is solid wireframe rendered material preview. Material preview is just, I mean, what it says. If you go over here to the right, this is all your materials. Wireframe is basically the poly build, and solid is, of course, solid view. It's what you live in a Blender with. Yeah, that looks weird, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can fix that. Alright, so hit Control C, and then if you hit Control V, you get the old bed, or whatever you're working with. So, and I'm going to use this to go off of for the slant, basically. And I just thought of something. I need to drag it down from here. Maybe. Nope. Looks like I need to drag it down from just here, like I was doing it. Alright, now that I got the back of the bed pretty much where I want it, you can see what I was talking about with some of these normals. Sometimes it can be a little off. To fix this, you can just go into top view, delete like the right side or something, then add modifier, the little wrench, on the right side if you're not seeing my mouse. Then you just want to do mirror right here, and then it just mirrors this side to that side. Go to the back. Just want to kind of line some of this stuff up. Shouldn't need certain things like this. Didn't edit it. but sometimes you just play around with the polys. Let's see how that looks. He looks even worse. Wonderful. Obviously, I am not the best at this. But we're not really here for looks, we're just here for tutorial and somewhat of Blender and then J-beaming, of course. Alright, yeah, that looks better, that's for sure. Alrighty. And I just want to do the front, because it looks pretty weird this way. If we were to just leave it like that. You can hit G, and then you can also move around like that. Hitting X is on the X-axis, Z is that axis. Up and down. Okay. I'm really tired, guys. I'm sorry if I'm confusing some people, but just want to move it close as you can without having errors in the poly flow. I'll just go ahead and listen to you so I can see when we have certain errors like that. Alright, that's pretty short, I'd say. So, that's where I'm going to not end it, but I'm going to stop modifying the bed from there, because I'm pretty much where I want it. And since I just realized I didn't do the bed cover, now I gotta do that. There we go. If you want to maybe lower the poly count, you can do this. Delete only faces. Only faces. Then delete only edges. Or no, edges. And then just oh, I'm getting ahead of some people, I'm sure. Tab view is this. Up here on the left, edge select. Face select. It's this. Edge select. This edges. I'm sure there's going to be better tutorials than this. There's a guy that made a donut tutorial. He's pretty good. Learned some stuff from him. So, I'm confusing you, and you came here for the Blender part. Go watch his. It's much better. But that's how we just got rid of some congested polys there. We could also go and move this one closer. And then take the one in here out. And then connect these. That made it actually a little bit better looking wise, you know, for polyflow. Now you don't want to export this with this name. If you do that, it's going to mess up your in-game files. So it's actually going to override them. What you want to do is you just want to rename this to, for instance, pickup bed short Okay. And then just do that for everything else you did. Or if you're editing per se, like a K10 for something for BeamNG, obviously, but you want to name it like, you want to give it a unique name so it doesn't conflict with other mods or in-game files. So maybe like K10 bed long, or my K5 is LP K5, and then whatever the part is. Now you want to move on to JBeaming it. So remember the earlier we put this here? Well, this is where the JBeam is for a good bit of stuff. I hope my mic did not pick up my chair. You just want to search bed. Then you get the bed cover, which we just edited. Then you want to get the bed. And then this is what I'm using right here. Is called Notepad++. Best thing out there. I would not go back to regular Notepad after using this. You can save changes. It tells you like if you have an error. Well, it's supposed to. Maybe it's a little bit buggy, okay, but best thing out there nonetheless. And really, I don't even know why I opened this. If you wanna go to your BeamNG where you put your mods, create a folder called unpacked if not already made. Should be an empty folder once you make it, unless your computer has some virus or something that puts a file there every time you make a folder. And you just want to name it like pick up bed short. And then after that, you want to create vehicles. Then pickup, because it's going on the pickup. Oh, D series is what we call it. What I like to do in here, this is basically where you put all your files. I want to do DAE, and then I want to do JBeam. Then you can sort DAE and JBeam separate from everything else. So one more time, that's your mod name, vehicles, what you're putting the mod on. So if it's a cab for the D series, you would put it on pickup. If it's a wheel, you would put it in common. If it's for the ETK K series, you would put it under, well, actually that one I don't know, but say for the Bastion, you would put it under Bastion. Basically anything like this. Bastion, vehicles, Bastion, and then, you know, or your mod name, then vehicles, then Bastion, of course. But going back into here, we just want the bed and the bed cover. So what we're going to do is export it as a DAE, or we're going to do selection only. With unpacked, of course I have a folder for it of favorites. You can find where your BeamNG is, then go into unpacked, then a favorite. If you plan on doing this more than one time, it really is helpful. Then go into here, name your DAE down here. So this is going to help with conflicts too. Usually texturing conflicts or mesh conflicts. Alright, so then just export collada. Export two objects because we only done the selected, and I just remembered I did not apply the mirror modifier. You want to do that, then you want to add custom split on both these and then re-export them. But good thing is if you already done that, you can go into recent and do it that way too. Alrighty, so now that the DAE is done, you want to go into JBeam. This is where I might lose a couple of people, so follow along pretty close if you can. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. So copy this over. I don't know why it hid the folder, but just do the same thing with that one. And then name it. I like to name it the same as what I'm making. So this is the pickup bed shorter, and then of course LP stands for my modern name. One of those paint. Pickup bed cover shorter. You want to open both these. And you should have this. You can copy this name over. Doesn't really matter. Won't hurt anything by doing it. Slot type. This is forgot the frame. I forgot to even modify the frame. I'm jumping ahead. I am so sorry about that. So there's the frame. I'll modify that in a minute. I'll do that off camera, just not bothering you guys with that. So you don't have to skip ahead and miss something. Slot type, you probably want to do all of this custom. Actually, hold on. No. You can no move and that won't affect others, I'm pretty sure. What you do want to do is pick up that extra. You probably do want to do that custom. Maybe not though, depending on what you're doing, obviously. I'm not going to, because that's going to give it like compatibility with other mods. For example, Retro has the DFA, has the racer back. It's like a little fiberglass piece for the back of the cab. That will work with this. It'll look, I'm sure, weird, but nevertheless. Flex bodies, this is going to be your mesh. Do not mess with anything else with this. You just want to take the name of this and put it there. Nodes, we'll get into that in a minute. This is editing the JBeam for like collisions. So you will have to do this for making it crash good. And somebody's complaining the Mac isn't working. I gotta go do that real quick. Alright, so we're back. Or at least I'm back. I'm not two people, by the way. So I wish I was. That'd be cool. But no. So I just want to do the bed cover now. So I'm pretty sure that's what I named in here. Yes. Again, you don't want to mess with anything else except the slots. Yeah. The way to remove this to where it won't show up as slots, do this to where flex bodies is right under slot type. So if it's just like that, it won't mess up anything. Shouldn't anyway. Been doing this long enough, it shouldn't. I may have messed with something there. But this is kind of modding, it's troubleshooting, it's experimenting with new things that have never been done or you have never done. It's supposed to be enjoyable, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the frame. I'm just gonna import that into here, show you what. It's under. It should be under this where your BeamNG is, obviously same path. Content, vehicles, then you go to common. Vehicles common, then pickup, because I think the H series also uses this, which is obviously the van. Yep, here we go, pickup common. So I'm gonna just make this real quick. Oh, apparently I already made one. Oops. Okay, there we go. Wait, yeah, it's in the folder. Then you just want to copy all this over. Or only the DAE if you really don't need all this stuff. I'm going to copy it all over because a minute ago I deleted my folder for the pickup because I wanted to show you how to do this, and you know, could just move to somewhere else, but then yeah, it is what it is. Not that hard to get back as long as you have the game installed. So yeah, then you can right click, make a new collection. It's helpful usually when modding. If you're doing a lot of things, you can, for example, move this down here. If I don't want to see this, I can just hide the whole collection. You don't have to go through and hide individual objects. Then you just go to your common, then whatever you just put there, obviously. And then, boom, there's the whole pickup, frame, and everything. And I'll edit this, get all this out of here, and I'll see you when I'm done. I don't know when I paused this, so I don't know what to say. But basically, what I was saying before I realized it was paused was if you moved anything, say I move this up, and well, no, that's up there. I want to control A for or control A all transforms. There we go. For example, I moved the fill thing. I already did that because thought I was going through it. Waiting through. I wasn't. So that's nice. But yeah. Now we got the. Of course, we got the frame in here. I already named the frames. I think I did that off camera anyway. You'll want to change the slot type from bed frame or pickup frame. Doing that will make it go to a different vehicle. Of course, if you want it on a different vehicle, you would do that. Alright. Let me just launch a BeamNG, see how all this reacts. Should be fine. Of course, the nodes are going to be off. You have to move the axle, such stuff like that. But I'll see you in game. Alright, so here in BeamNG, we have the pickup that I spawn in. And obviously, a shorter bed frame is working. That's good. You can see where we shortened it to. So we're gonna have to take out a good bit of items. Of course, I just remembered I didn't do the bed. I shouldn't have, or I should have done that. I don't know why I didn't. Didn't do the slot for the bed. Alright. Now we should have it right. Okay. Obviously, if you're doing this, this is what you're gonna see. You know, it looks weird, right? Because you haven't edited anything. You might not be able to easily string on this one. I've used 3-link, and that's it. Oh. Yeah, 3-link is gonna be where it's at. It's gonna be even weirder when we have to. Oh no. Yeah, this is gonna come out looking weird. Might have to make like all kinds of stuff. But this is just like, you get the gist, basically. That was JB Man. Um, oh, that's a sway bar. Alright, this is just a monstrosity so far, so just stop editing that stuff. Okay, let's start with the axle. So, suspension rear. That's gonna be um, doesn't have it on this because it isn't the long bed. So I guess I'll have to get them along a bit. Shade beam. Sorry about that. Alright, node move. This is what you want. This is much as it sounds like, I mean, just moves the nodes, which are these little boogers. Obviously, if you move the one all the way back here, your bed's gonna look pretty weird if you did the same thing I made. Because you haven't edited them. So, yeah, it's gonna look like a spiky mess. That's what we use MBE for. We can move all that and fix a lot of that problem. Or fix a lot of those problems, I should say. Alright, we just want to node move the suspension. We can test this. Pretty sure that's not gonna work. If that works, it's gonna be surprising. Yeah, it just made it longer. So, we want to do minus, and we also want to lower this number to about 3. Now, this is pretty troubleshooting, because, okay, well, got it pretty close actually. You gotta keep in the game. You keep doing it, okay. I need to raise the number when I'm doing minuses, duh. Okay, that's pretty much where we need it. Don't gotta be perfect. Yeah, those are the 4-link bars. They're not too happy right this second. But I mean, there's the Bob D series, I guess you could call it. I'll do the same thing with this node move. Except this way, I think we want to do minus 47. 47 is for the long mid. Yeah, see it just breaks it because it's technically in the bed right now. If you hit Control T, there's the bed J-beam. So that's gonna be heavily edited. One more thing I just realized I put up. I haven't actually brought up. To reset the vehicle, you just want to click Control R. Or reload, I should say. Resetting the vehicle is just R. But yeah, actually, forcefully reloading the vehicle is Control R. You just want to get that lined up as close as you can get it. For this, it's going to be like some stupid number. It just needs going out here. There we go. That's pretty much good. Well, not pretty much good, but it's good enough. I just want to do that for a lot of the other attachments. Spare tire. Oh, okay. Goes on the tailgate. And then just control reload. There we go. Everything's on the bed. Of course, if we unpause the game, it surprisingly doesn't break. Well, the tailgate is having a little bit of a seizure. And since the tailgate's having a seizure, you just want to fix that. So, how to fix that, you may ask? Well, go into here, get your bed exported as a OBJ. This is the MBE part. You can just leave it untitled, doesn't really matter. Selection only. Export. And this time it doesn't put a thing down there, you just have to go and find it. Right there. Then you want to launch NBE. NBE is not wanting to launch for some reason. Here in a minute I'm gonna have like 5 of them open. Alright, I'm gonna pause this recording until it figures out if it wants to open or not. And just like I said, it opened like 7 of them. So, I close them all, and here we go. Just wanna open JBeam. Actually, before you do that, just to make a backup of your own, just wanna just copy it here to your desktop, or wherever, really. Doesn't really matter, you just gotta open it. There we go. Then, you of course can't see the bed, so this JBeam looks perfectly fine. But, let's just import the bed too. There. I don't know why my recording keeps pausing. Unfortunately, I don't know where it paused at, so I'm gonna have to do all that over again. So woohoo. In here, you just want to, um, I can edit out a lot of this if I already done it. I'll make a backup of your JBeam onto your desktop or wherever you want it, along with your bed. Then when you open up NVE, you want to import reference mesh from OBJ. Then you want to open JBeam. It's gonna give you this. Then you can move. It's fine if you get sloppy. I mean, really, you don't want to. I've just guessed that JBeam goodbye, so there we go. Really, you don't want to get sloppy, but sometimes it's fine if you do. It's not gonna hurt much. But I've done mine. Now I need to just go into here, copy it. Of course, this is the one that the program added. This is mine. Can't really tell the difference, but main differences are with the nodes. It rounds a lot of stuff up. Of course, now they're both the same, but just control R in game, and then nodes are fixed. Tailgate's a little wonky still. As every right to be, I mean. Kind of just murdered it. But, you know, now the nodes are right. Doesn't go all spiky. And obviously you can see the muffler and such is still like that. I'm not going to be going into that today. If I want to do that, I just make it a whole entire mod. Release it to certain people. Just like, you know. But I just wanted to make a tutorial. And that's what I did. Obviously you want to node move this stuff. And I'll do that real quick. That's easy. Just take off the spare tire. We don't need it. It's kind of hit areas anyway. Oh, I forgot the gas tank. Drive shaft, I mean, yeah, it's going through. Basically the same as anything else. You just move it and then move the nodes in MBE. If you don't know where to get MBE, you can look it up. Or, I will have my Discord link down below. If anyone wants to join it, you can ask questions in there. I'm glad to help. Maybe if there's a point you got stuck on, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna just node move the I forgot to do the to new cover. We need the new cover. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, see, this is some problems when you do stuff like that. This is the mesh or the textures. So basically, what I messed up was when you go into here, hit UV editing. This is your thing. This is what I made. This is the part that I done. Or maybe it isn't. So part that I done somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Basically all that just needs to be down here, I'm assuming. Oh, I see, it just needs to be over here. So I'll just unwrap. Select all, unwrap. I can't unwrap apparently. So just like, make it as small as you can. This is really a janky way of doing it, but it works most of the time. Then we just re-export it. Then we wait for my BeamNG to load that export, and boom, it's fixed. Just like that. You could fix that, or you know, you just completely avoid that error and not even mess with the polys. Because honestly, BeamNG's polys are low enough that it would run on everyone's computer. You know, well enough. I know some people that it can't run on, but if you want to get professional with this, you could make a whole new muffler and everything. But in reality, you could also just take this muffler and turn it to side pipes. And then, okay, well, that doesn't work. Like I thought it would. Thought they come out here. Okay, well, that's my mistake. You know, It's the same as everything else. You would move it, then re-JVM it. Yeah, move the research and bumper. Chill hitch. You're gonna see where sometimes you'll wanna node move. Why you don't want to sometimes. Oh wait, no. Okay, node movement is fine. What I meant was edit nodes. So I didn't edit the top, obviously. I didn't edit the frame. But that kind of gives him what I said earlier. Not really planning on making this a full mod, I was just trying to do it really quick. Get it out there. This will, you know, I'm sure, help a couple people out, at least, I hope. This is custom slots, pretty much showed you already. You just want to make sure, like, for the bed, like, the slot type for that is, say that. Then for the frame, you just want to make sure it also says that under bed. So, yeah. Then defaults, that is when you change the frame, what it defaults, what the default part is. For instance, what I mean by this is if I were to go to offered frame, alright, every single one of these parts is default. The things right here. Let me just pause the game so I don't have to hear that. These little things are default. I just set as the default. All these parts on here are defaults because these are actually parts in here. If they didn't have defaults, you would have to go into the part selector and select them all. So, maybe if I get the urge to, I'll make a more in-depth one. Maybe by, maybe like a tutorial on making a separate vehicle. But that's pretty self-explanatory. It's a little bit harder. You don't really want to do it if it's like your first mod, because as it is, you can make a lot of errors in the JBeam just by doing what I did. Sometimes you can make a lot of errors doing that. And making a separate vehicle is another thing in itself, because you gotta set the name and info and all that in here. Then you gotta take the picture, put it on the default picture. Not really hard, it's just complicated, if you know what I mean. So, that's where I'll end it. If this helped you, if you wouldn't mind subscribing if this did help you, it'd mean a lot. Trying to grow my Discord and my YouTube, so yeah.